So we covered the Protovyre ephemera. I was still working on the Protovyre ephemera, and you can of course buy these things separately. You don't have to buy them as part of the whole kit, because I've seen the third phase of this. Now I want to unlock it. But first, as you could probably imagine, it means having to deal with the Relic and Aya grind, because that's real. I mean, I got that entire ephemera unlocked and got 12 relics. It is very time consuming. And to be fair, there is a lot of places you can go for relics. You can get it from Elite Sanctuary Onslaught, or normal Sanctuary Onslaught also drops them. There is tons of, well, what is basically void missions, because these can all drop relics. But let's be honest, there is no one real amazing place to farm for relics, because if you just go in and go to relics and pick any kind of relic at random and hope it's not vaulted, yay, you can see how many different places relics drop from. So whether you just run capture missions as quickly as you can over and over and over again, you do isolation vaults, because apparently this one drops from there, you do normal bounties, opening relic packs does not work. And to kind of verify this one, because I've actually opened a few, we will just go in here and go to this and go to a relic pack and buy 2 of them. And, well, that would be it pretty much completed right there, wouldn't it? And there's some Aya, because they drop from relic packs as well. But you will find, if you go all the way back down to equipment, it doesn't count at all. I don't know why it doesn't, because it seems kind of weird that it doesn't, because it literally says gain relics. What I'm going to do is what I mentioned before. I'm going to test out this whole capture approach, because it was even mentioned on Discord. Run the capture as quick as you can. I would rather go do bounties in basically any of the open worlds. So Cetus bounties on the plains, we have Fortuna bounties on the Orb Vallis, assuming they ever fix that, or probably Deimos bounties, because those things, the Cambion Drift bounties, oh, you can get Aya there quite effectively. The problem you could face doing this is sometimes they have really bad habits of swapping over to extermination missions. It's not the end of the world when that happens, but it can be slightly very annoying when it does. Just one little thing though. If you're going to be doing this, remember to put the Syandana on, because even though I just got 3 relics, I now have to do it all over again because I swapped the frame and forgot to swap the Syandana. But after that, you will receive a message from Ordis that basically gives you the new phase of the ephemera. Syandana. New phase. That's how it looks originally. That's the second phase. And look at it. Just, it's kind of a huge difference. The ephemera was nice, but at least, I mean, it's very noticeable that this is completely different. And it's also this part that people start asking, what is the quickest way to farm relics and Aya? Why, Loki? Any prime will do. A fast prime is going to be better, because obviously you have an endless supply of power. I want to go that way, thank you very much. That just alarmed them that I'm here. Oops. There's more power, and obviously, well, you can kind of, not get stuck on one of the spheres would probably help. Just speedrun your way through them. That's all it literally takes. Knowing the map's probably going to help a lot more, as I was trying to say, but it doesn't necessarily mean that it's going to help a lot. But 1 relic, and it took 1 minute. To be fair, probably would have been less than a minute, but I kind of kept jumping into walls. And yet again, I ran into a wall, so that still should have been less than a minute. It was inevitable. It has turned into a extermination mission. I've been all over the place farming these, and I could go into the best places to farm relics. It literally just depends what relic you're looking for as to where you want to go. I just keep finding myself coming back time and time again to this because it just seems to be the quickest. For the time spent in-game, this seems to be the quickest. Until it does this. Soon as it swaps to this kind of mission, yeah, you're probably better off doing anything else. And just like that, it's done. But as you've already seen afterwards, inbox, orders, there it is. The Apex version of the Syandana. Does look so much better on you, however. Go to Syandana. It still has this one, so it basically starts with the normal Syandana that then turns into the Emergent Syandana that ends with the Apex Syandana. Okay, that is a huge difference. From that to that. I mean, even from that, it just kind of adds bits as it goes. And now I was expecting it to get longer because all of this ended up physically filled with stuff. So the energy from the first one ended up as physical materials, so the energy from the second one ended up as physical material, which is huge. That is a lot. Wow. Mixed with the ephemera, of course, you can see what this is basically meant to look like because it's supposed to have the ephemera with it. But just like a lot of really long Syandanas, which is one of the main reasons I don't run really long Syandanas, as you are running, it kind of spazzes out on itself, and, well, this happens. Which is a huge shame considering how nice this Syandana looks. It's ended up kind of stuck in itself. Which is easy enough to fix, but it shouldn't have been a thing to begin with. But it's amazing how many long Syandanas actually do that. And to be honest, I really want to turn around and say this is the kind of thing I expected them to do with prime Syandanas. Have little missions to them like this. That's going to bug me. Stand on there. Have little missions like this that allows you to evolve them so you can make them bigger and better in time. And I've also read all of the comments and everything else that say the ephemera is the time consuming one of all of these. It's not. The armor set is actually supposedly the worst. Doing it properly, there is lots of weird ways I've seen of doing that, but doing it legitly, it's one of the longest ones. This, just simply down to how long it takes to kind of get everything collected for it. I only got 3 out of all of the missions I did to get relics for this thing, which in itself is just kind of really bad. That's why you go and you do. The bounties on Deimos seem to be the best places for this, to get a hold of Aya. Relics, literally depends what level relics you are after. If you're after Lith ones, easy capture, very easy to do. And if you're just doing this and you don't care about what relics you get, it is also really, really easy to do. See, they do look so good when you're kind of flying around like that. And then you come in for the landing and it falls into the floor. You know a Syandana is too long if it clips into the floor. Mind you, that being said, that's because his foot is clipping into the floor. Because the floor is just not level. That's better. But it's still clipping into the floor. Only now, it's doing it on the other side because his other foot's clipping into the floor ever so slightly. And that's another reason I don't tend to use long Syandanas. This may change my mind and will go really well on a prime frame. But we've gone on about this way too long, so we'll leave this off here for now. Thanks for watching, and I'll catch you next time.